Well, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Um, Sorry, did you receive the notification that the recording is in process?
Yes, yeah, I did.
Okay. Well, um, did you guys read the mini case? So if you didn't, I can read for you and we can talk about the questions that we have to consider.
I read it, but I think it might be helpful to review it again.
Let's go. Just do it. Okay. Um, I don't know if you're okay, Kelim, to read. If not, I can do it because
Yeah,
you're full. Okay.
yeah, I should be able to.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Um, Brett Mitchell, head of product and merchandising for a growing online company, was asked to create a new product for the company in a completely new space outside the company's current core competency. The company's leadership and employees were all excited about the new project. After the first all hands meeting to launch the project, Brett perceived that despite their enthusiasm, the project management team assigned to the project lacked the skills to achieve the level of quality Brett was hoping for. Despite his concerns, Brett made assignments based on the assumption that the team had the ability to perform according to his expectations. At their next check in, as Brett had expected, the team's performance was subpar. Brett thought clearly articulating the standard of performance needed would boost the team's performance, so he explained where their work fell short, clearly described the level of performance required, and gave the team a new deadline. The team remained enthusiastic, working late hours for weeks to meet expectations. However, at the next check in, their performance was not adequate. Meanwhile, the entire project was faltering for several reasons, including the subpar performance of this team. Consider together why this team is failing to deliver the expected results. Is this a motivation problem, an ability problem, or is it both? What role does Brett have in the current results the team is achieving? And if you were in Brett's shoes, what would you do next to ensure the success of the project?
Well, thank you so much, Caitlin. Well, here's the thing. Um, just yesterday, I was in a conversation with the CEO of the company where I work for. And an interesting is that I was talking with him that, well, the company where I work for have a president who is the owner, but this person have five more companies. The thing is that in our company, the thing is going too much well than the others, and we was talking about the why that's maybe happening in the other companies, and he said some interesting that I want to share, and is that for a team, like if you want a team work well, do you need not only uh, people that have the quality to work in a specific place, but also the boss, like the entire group. And he say, I cannot expect that you give me a good result if I'm not giving you the tools that you need to have succeed. So I don't know, but I want to stay with the last question that mentioned about the if you are in the bread shoes, what will you do the next ensure to succeed the project? So I don't know what do you think, but my personal view is that I don't want to just judge the people the is not giving the results that we want. We must uh, do I don't know how to call that, like to look inside of or to look everything we are giving to them, to know what maybe is the things that we need to change. Um, in that case, I will, well, as I'm working in a commercial area, um, I can talk about, for example, the ways that we are promoting the products, or the tools that we are using to promote the products, or maybe the place where we are promoting. So I don't know, what do you think? That's my personal view, but I would like to hear what do you think. And welcome, Tanaka.
Hi everyone. I just want to comment on the group link. Sorry, I'm not going to comment on this question. I just feel like there is lack of communication when it comes to group links. No one is sending us the links for the group, and it's just so sad that when I joined this group, you already see that everyone is already there, and I was the only one who was not in the group, and I just wonder what's wrong, what's going on.
Sorry, Tanaka, were you saying that you've been having a hard time getting the Zoom link?
Yes, and it's so sad that I have to beg for this Zoom link every time. And last week I had to beg again to get a Zoom link. I
Where
don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Well, I don't know. I didn't receive a link before. I think I received it by the Outlook or by mail, but I sent the link in the WhatsApp chat, and it's the same link that we used the last time. So I share the link and with Kaylin and Lindsay. So I don't know if you receive it, Tanaka. I don't know if you are in the WhatsApp chat.
I'm not in that WhatsApp chat. I'm not even there. And
Okay, so sorry for that.
I would like to know why I'm not in that group.
Well, if you're okay after the meeting, I can text you so I can add you to the WhatsApp group, or if you want it, I always can send you the link by your mail, your BYU mail, whatever you prefer.
You can add me in the group.
Okay.
Was this is not fair. Last time I almost failed to submit my assignment because I didn't have the link, the recording link. So I think we should have that um that selfless love to think of someone before we submit anything.
Yeah, we will do it. So
Because I
sorry
just feel
for,
like
yeah,
sabotage. I don't know why.
yeah, sorry. I think that was confused from every each of us. It is a little hard to contact with anyone. I sent some mails to some of you, but I also didn't receive a reply. But that's okay. I'm going to add you after the meeting, and so you will have always the same link. That's okay with you? Okay, here we go.
Sorry, Matthias.
No,
I've tried to add Tanaka and Paula a few different times, but every time I try to add them, it kicks me out of WhatsApp for some reason. I'm not sure why. It might be because I'm not like the group, the person who made the group,
all right.
but it always kicks me out. So I'm sorry for that, Tanaka. And also, I'm really sorry I didn't get you that link very soon when you asked for it. I was in Disneyland, so I wasn't really on my phone, but that's still not a good excuse. So I'm really sorry about that.
Yeah. Okay, that for me there is not problem. Sometimes things happen, and it is, as I said, is a little hard to be in contact with different parent time from every part of the world. But that's okay. We are going to get better. Don't worry. Okay, if you're okay, we are going to continue with the questions. I don't know. What do you think? You have some comments? I'm all ears.
Yeah. Yeah, I have some things that I can share with, regarding the um case study. So that question that you had asked about the if you were in Brett's shoes, what would you do next to ensure the success of the project? Um, I from the beginning, it kind of seems like um Brett didn't have a lot of confidence in the group in the team that was assigned to the project. Um, it seems like the team is really enthusiastic and excited to help with it. Um, but they may not have all the skills that are necessarily needed to accomplish the project. And it seems like that is kind of one of the main things that's causing issues. Is he's trying to explain to them, trying to communicate to them what like they need to do, but they just don't have, sorry, they don't have the skills needed to accomplish it. So I think maybe there needs to be um some additional training or something so that they can gain those skills, because sometimes I think just telling people um what to do doesn't necessarily like solve the problem or change anything, but instead showing them or helping them learn how to do it, that is usually more helpful.
You're right, Haley. Thank you for your comment. I think that's a great comment. I didn't see it that way, but yeah, sometimes I saw the consequence of hiring people that's not maybe in the way or that have the skills that we need in some place. Thank you for your comment. And just adding, we can read here that Brett explained where was the things that they was failing, and maybe he described what can they get better in what place or ways they can get better, but he didn't see a progress. Thank you. There is anyone that want to comment something?
I agree with Caitlin. I think that he kind of set unrealistic expectations for like the start of a new, I don't know, a new group. And I think it's awesome that they still have really high hopes. So I think if he just kind of congratulates them for what they are doing right instead of focusing only on what they're doing wrong, that will help them grow together better as a group. And it'll also help them kind of just feel like, oh, he does notice what we do good, and make them want to do more things well.
Mhm. Yeah, that's right. And well, as I said in the beginning, maybe there is many correct answer. So we are here to learn, and maybe who knows, we have someday the same uh, position of the same case. So we will need to know what can we do and to solve the problems. So yeah, let's go for the part two that we need to read. I think is, yeah, after the question we need to read the part two. So I'm going to show this is part two. Okay, Tanaka, are you able to read this uh part two?
Yeah, okay, I'm great.
Thank you.
Brett's own experience in project management gave him a clear picture of what the team should accomplish. Despite setting high expectations, I never really believed they could deliver it, he said. However, Brett continued to push the team to deliver, expecting failure. He got what he expected. I started getting frustrated because I wasn't getting what we needed. And I think it started to affect the way I interacted with them. At times, I became a little short with them. They weren't feeling the love from me. What's more, I think they started to feel less and less like we were on the same side of the table working towards a solution together. Meanwhile, the overall project continued to face significant unrelated roadblocks. Even when Brett could see that the project couldn't succeed, he kept pushing the failing team to perform. With project timelines pushed out, the underperforming enthusiastic team became the underperforming discouraged team. Brett learned that an individual team or organization needs to be both willing and able to do the task before them. Willingness is about attitude, and ability is about competence. Understanding the distinction is critical for appropriately diagnosing performance issues and knowing how to coach the individual, team, or organizations through those issues. Furthermore, Brett learned a lesson much earlier in his career where he got a little impatient during a conversation with a coworker. As he left his office in frustration, the spirit whispered, "Is impatience ever the answer?" Brett reflects on how he might have better applied that lesson. We were in a position where we weren't going to succeed collectively. So what good was it for me to lose patience or get frustrated about what was happening with that particular situation?
Thank you so much, Tanaka. So we have the following questions to discuss. We need to, well, I need to set one of these, but I would like to read every of us, so every of these questions, so we can discuss what maybe was the current answer or the best things that Brett should do in that position, or what can we do in that position. While Brett learned important lesson about patience and the people will rise to the level of our expectations of them, it seems that the project ultimately failed. Why didn't the team succeed? What was Brett's role in the success of failure? Would the plan would the plan you came up with as a group have worked to turn the team around and deliver success? Why or why not? We know from the case that this project was outside the company's current core competencies, and that the project management team assigned to the project lacked the skills to achieve the level of quality Ray was hoping for. What could have been done to solve these problems and empower the team to succeed? Well, just some comments that I have is I don't know if every of you or all of you serve a mission, but we have same or similar situation in the mission when we try to find people to teach, or maybe if we find people to teach but we are not getting the results that we want. And well, as Brett asked to himself, what the impatient can bring to that situation if they're going to fail. So I think that maybe will add just more bad feelings, and maybe the situation can get worse. So what I think is that Brett maybe, as he learned, have maybe, I don't know, have empathy, patience, love each other, because sometimes we need to understand that people don't want to failure, and some uh, something that I want to share is that we can read that. Well, let me show you that I read and I want to share. Mm, yeah, it is. Willingness is about attitude, and ability is about competence. So we must do this thing that sometimes we have people that is willing to do something, but they are not going to achieve because they don't have the ability to do it. And sometimes we have people that is not willing to do. So in that case, we must have patience and love and empathy for the people who is willing, and also is trying to accomplish, but they are not going to get the results. But I don't know, what do you think, if they were trying, or if they were not, or I don't know, what do you think?
Hi guys. Sorry I was late. I didn't get the link on time, but I'm here. Um, I think, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Paula.
Yes. Okay. Hello. So I think they didn't have all the skills they needed. So even though they were very excited um, about working in this project, that they couldn't do it. They didn't have the ability. So I think one thing he could have done maybe is work on some strategies first. So they could have developed those skills they needed, or some of them, or develop some things that would have helped them go on with the project.
Thanks for your comment, Paula. Um, when we start to read the part one, I mentioned what you say, Paula, that sometimes as a boss, or as a manager, I will look, or I will try to understand what's the things that is causing the fail. So I thought that sometimes, as I work in a commercial area, I see that sometimes the fail is because many things. It can be the tools, or the way they are promoting, or the place where they are promoting something, or how they are working on the strategies, as you said. And I think that's things that I will do in that case, in that position. But also, Lindsay and Kaylin say that the skills is really necessary, and I think that's too very important to work in their skills to develop that. And I think you also mentioned that to work on the people and the skills that they need to accomplish the task that they receive. Thank you so much, Paula. I don't know if there is someone I want to add some comments.
Yeah, I have a little bit that I can add. Um, I think that um also just like kind of has been shared already, but I think too the fact that, they were struggling to achieve what he was hoping they would achieve. I think even just all of them sitting down together and talking about, okay, what do you like him asking them, what do you guys feel like you need in order to achieve these goals that I'm setting. Because, he might have some ideas of what the problem is, but sometimes there's underlying things too that aren't as obvious right away, right on the surface. And so I think that even just having more conversations with him, since he didn't seem to, it seemed like every time he was kind of just like, you guys aren't meeting my expectations. Like, come on, this is what you have to do. Maybe asking them, like, hey, what do you feel like I can do to help you? Or what do you feel like you need in order to achieve these goals and be successful? I think that would have been beneficial.
Yeah, that's right. Also, thank you, Kaylin. Well, maybe this is a case that I feel good to read and analyze it with you, but I don't know how will I feel in that case. Because we have also, maybe if we are the manager of the bus, we have to also accomplish the things that people that are asking us for to do something as the president of a company, or I don't know, the CEO. And also I will be under oppression. So that's a very interesting case that we are talking about. And thank you for commenting. I am learning too much with you. I don't know if Tanaka, you have some comments that you want to add.
Oh yeah. I also think that they they lacked support and resources from their leaders. They could have provided essential help so that they can uh yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. Well, let's go to the question that we have. Thank you, Tanaka, for your comments also. Um, well, we talked about the plans that maybe we will have. Um, well, I also think we discussed why didn't the team succeed. Well, we know from the case that this project was outside the company's current competence. I don't know this data if that have some impacts in. Well, I think it have, but I don't know what impact it can have to work outside or the company current core competency. So, what do you think? Well, I really don't know what impact can be have because we never work outside of the company current core here in the company where I'm working. Maybe it will depends too much in what we are talking about. For example, the country or the states, I think in the United States, different state will have too many difference, not only the culture or things like that. So I don't know if the same strategies will work in another states or in another city. So I think it will depend too much in what we are talking about and where they was trying to do this project.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to hop off. My work just opened, so I gotta go help people.
Don't worry, Lindsay. We are okay.
Thank
We
you
are.
so much, Matthias. You've been great leading this.
You're welcome.
Bye, everyone.
So I
Bob.
think, yes, I think this refers to what we're talking about. The people that were in charge of this project didn't have the skills. It was out of their range. So they couldn't, even if they tried, they were excited about it, it says, and they wanted to work on it, but they kept falling behind and they couldn't have a success on it. And it all ties down to that. They didn't have the skills, they didn't know how to do it, they couldn't do it. So they needed guidance and they needed to learn those new skills to be able to proceed with it. So they were in lack of it, they couldn't do it, they didn't know how.
Yeah, that's right, Paula.
And I also think that they could have conducted a thorough skill assessment so that they could have identified the gaps that was being faced by those team members.
Yeah, that's right. Also, thank you, Tanaka. Thank you, Paula. You both say very interesting because, yeah, that's, well, I don't know how to say. I know one phrase in Spanish. Um, I will try to say in English is that you cannot compare a monkey and a fish competing in a race in the water. I think, I don't know if that makes sense, but uh, in Spanish that make a lot of sense that sometimes we have different people with different skills, different capacities, and we cannot compare this in position that they are not going to be able to do what they know how to do. So thank you, Tanaka. I think we also need we need to understand what's happening with the people inside of that group, because I don't want to be near of like judge the people, because maybe we are talking about very good people, and that they are I don't know, giving some good results in another position. For that, they was hiring to do this. The thing is, they have not the skills to do these specific projects. So I, I don't know. I am like in the middle. I need to think a lot of the people. We don't have too many information about this case, but anyways, we need to try to understand what steps we can do. But I want to thank you, because you are saying things that I am taking notes, and I'm learning too much with you. Um, well, I don't know if you have some comments wanna add. Also, I'm sorry for my bad English. I'm trying to get better.
Your English sounds great, Matthias. Um, and I was just gonna say that, as we've been talking about all this, it kind of made me think of the case study write-up assignment that we had last week. Um, I can't remember the exact story and the names of the people right now, right off the top of my head. Um, but there was the guy that had been, he'd been really successful in his one position, and so he got promoted really quickly. And moved up to a more important position. And I think that in that scenario, part of the reason why he was struggling and not performing the way that they wanted him to was he had such a big jump in roles. His new position was more about management and not so much about sales like he'd been doing before. And similar to this, it didn't seem like he had a whole lot of training or a whole lot of help understanding the differences in his new role versus his old role. And so, I don't know, as we've been talking about this, it made me think about that and how it really is so important. We can't really expect people to fulfill a role that they haven't like done before unless we help them understand that role and we train them um and help them through that. Otherwise, we're kind of just setting them up for failure, just like happened in Brett's situation, where this was a completely new thing that the company hadn't even done before. So none of these people were aware of how to do it. And they just kind of threw them in there and expected them to perform.
Thank you, Kaylin. I very agree with you. I think sometimes Beth looks like he's hoping too much of the team, but I don't know if the team is in the position to give what he expects, or even if he has um, the results that it's expect for him to have. So for that reason, I said I in the middle because I don't know I don't want to judge any of them because we don't know exactly what's happening in that place. So I mean that maybe they have not just the tools or they were in another position, and that's a great comment that you did about the last week read that we have to the assignment that we have to read about to just jump to another position and the consequence that can bring to a company. Well, I don't know if you have some more questions or comments you want to say.
I have another comment. Caitlin was saying I also remember the reading from this week from the book we're reading, and it says a lot that we have to look at people as people. And like you were saying, you're like stuck in the middle and you don't want to judge. I think Brett was able to have that kind of patience because he was seeing them as people and he was not seeing them as just the skills they had or just as what they could bring to the project. He was really seeing them as people, and that's why he was able to have empathy and have the patience he needed.
Yeah, that's right, Paula. Thank you for adding that. Well, um, I don't know, but I am a person that really love to ask question to someone that I think knows about the case. In the church, we follow the same pattern. Maybe in whatever calling we have, we always have resource to look for answer or for ideas. First, we have our Heavenly Father, we have Jesus Christ to ask, and also we have in our communities or in our colonies in our wards, we have bishops, we have stakes presidents, we have counselors, where we can sometimes look for some answer that can fit in a place that will solve some problems. And I think what I will do in a bread shoes is also to look for some guide to another people that maybe have some experience. I don't know, maybe the CEO or whatever person um that is how you call when people as like un jefe arriba tuyo. ¿Cómo se dice, Paula? You know that?
Yeah, just management above you,
Yeah,
one like
um,
higher than you. Yeah.
that's thank you. I don't know what you
But your
think.
English is great. You do really good. Your English is great.
Thank you. But I don't know what will you do. But in my case, I will do that. I love to ask question when I don't know what to do. I don't know if Brett was in that position, in where he knows everything. But well, we are just trying to get current answer and that what we should do in that case. As I say, maybe who knows, we have that experience someday in the future. I think we surely will have, I don't know if the exact experience, but maybe some similar experience.
Well, just like you said, in our own callings that we have, we always have to ask questions and ask for help, and um, that's why we pray too, for guidance and for the Spirit to be with us. And uh, we ask Heavenly Father for help. And I think I haven't been in that situation either, like in Brad's situation, but uh, if I was, I think I would do that too. I would ask questions and go to people above me and try and find answers, just like we do in church. We ponder, we think, we ask Heavenly Father. I would I would try probably to do the same thing and see if people would help me that way.
Thank you so much, Paola. That's a great example of a council. You all are participating. Thank you for that. Tanaka, you want to add something?
Okay, yes, I just wanted to say, Brett could have established a culture whereby everyone communicates, everyone would feel comfortable sharing their challenges they face, and even seek help without any judgment.
Thank you, Tanaka. Yeah, I agree with you. Well, I don't know what results can bring the principle of judge in this type of situation. I don't know, but in my case, I I don't I won't be very excited if I receive just judge, because I know that every each of the sons of the Heavenly Father have some potential to do great things in this world, and we must be very very careful in what we say, in the way we say, when we are having some troubles in whatever thing, our families, our companies, the church, our communities, with our friends, because we don't know all the things. So thank you, Tanaka, for your comments. That's great comment. Anyone has more comments or want to add something? If you don't, I would like to talk with you about the key concepts that we read here in the conclusion. Um, One key concept that I saw was that I share with you, about the ability and the willingness that we can read here. I didn't see this type of concept before, and I'm sure this comment or this principle or this concept will bless my entire life, because we are in a world that is getting worse every time. So we have many people with many concepts, with many habits that sometimes is not what we expect at bread. Sometimes people bring in our families and community attitudes that we are not expecting for, so we will need to evaluate what's happening, if they are doing because they want to do it, or because they have some trouble, lack of skills. I don't know, but I do have many cases where I saw youngs that make mistakes because they don't know where they was uh, walking or talking or participating in things that they don't know, because no one have taught them about that type of thing. So I'm very grateful for this concept, and I'm sure this is a key concept I want to share. I don't know if you saw in this part, or in the part one, some key concepts I should mention.
I think Tanaka sent something in the chat.
Sorry, I didn't see. I'm going to see. Yeah, well, I will read what Tanaka said. She said, I also think that as a leader, Brett could have worked on fostering a supportive environment. This could involve regular checks-in, recognize achievement, and providing emotional support to maintain the team morale. That's very true, Tanaka. You make me remember our mission where we have a district meeting, zone meetings where we always have been taught, well, from the mission president to always say accomplish to people and to create an environment where we see the positive and the good things that the team is doing. That's a key concept also that you say, Tanaka. And I think that the moral is crucial in every place. We can see armies in the Book of Mormon. The where they have the moral in the low place, they always lose the war. So Mormon and Mormonite try to put the moral in a high way, talking about what are they fighting for. I'm sure that maybe the prophet told positive things that they was doing, maybe to help them to see and to have morals in a high way. Thank you, Tanaka. That's great comment that you did. Thank you, Paula, uh, for telling me that there was a comment in the chat. I didn't see it. Well, I don't know if you have more comments you want to say. Well, if you don't, I would like to conclude this meeting. We have maybe 5 more minutes, and we also have to talk about who is going to lead the next meeting. The next meeting the next week. But I'm very grateful for this opportunity to talk with you, to learn with you about this case. I'm sure this will bless our life, and not only in our jobs, also in our families and communities, as I say before. And also, we can learn together how a council work, because we are not thinking the same. We are seeing from different points of view, and I consider this a great blessings the Lord is giving us to be connected by technology from every part of the world and need and know each other, how we think the things, how we see the things from different points. And yeah, that's all of my part. I'm very grateful for you for participating. I'm so sorry again for the confused about the links. I'm sure that will not happen again. And well, we need to set the next leader for next week. So I don't know who's willing to lead the next week.
I can go ahead and lead next week. And also I went in and I think I was able to get Paula and Tanaka, I think I was able to get both of you added to a WhatsApp group. Lindsay said that she'd been trying to add you guys, but for some reason her phone wasn't letting her. So I think I was able to get it to work, and hopefully now that will make things easier with links in the future. So I guess let me know if
I see that I was added this
Okay.
morning, it looks like. So is that how we are communicating? Because that would be so much better.
Yes, yeah, if that works, we'll just keep doing that. And then I think we're just gonna plan on using the same link every week just to make it easy and not worry about having to get a new link every week.
Yes. Mhm.
And then Matthias will make sure that he sends out the
Yes.
link to the recording for us in there. So
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
please, because I don't know how to do that. And I'm worried
Yeah.
about it.
I just
Okay.
put you as host of the in the WhatsApp group. So each of us are a host. So you can add someone that maybe there's not. I forgot to do it before. So I think for that reason, Lindsay have not the option to add someone. I'm so sorry. I feel bad for that, but I'm sure we are going to improve. And also, I think I'm going to add a link in the description of the WhatsApp chat, so it will be even more easy to find the link if we are, I don't know, if we are tagging for another things in the WhatsApp chat, you can just see the description and you will get the link. Thank you so much for your ideas, and thank you, Kelly, for being willing to lead the next meeting.
Yeah, no
Well,
problem.
I don't know if you have some comments more to do. If not, I think we are okay with ending this meeting. You want to say something, Kelly?
Oh, I was just gonna say, great job today. You did a great job leading the discussion.
Thank you so much. You all
Yeah.
made a great job commenting everything with your comment. I'm not lying to you that I'm really learning from you. I don't know, but I think I am the youngest here in the group. What are your age, Paula?
I'm old, so you don't ask an old lady her
Yeah,
age.
I'm sorry. So sorry, but
No, I'm kidding. I'm 46. I'm
46,
46.
all right.
I'm probably the oldest. You could be my
Okay.
kid.
Yeah, easily. Just joking. Yeah, I'm 25, so yeah, I think I'm the youngest. I'm learning from you. Well, I don't know. I How old are you, Kaylin and Tanaka?
I'm 22, so I'm a little bit younger.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. And Tanaka, how old are you?
I'm 27.
Well, we are in the range of 20. And we don't know about Lindsay, but I think she's also around that.
I
But
think
yeah,
she was 2021, I think. So she's
yeah,
pretty young. So yes, I could be everyone's mom except for Tanaka, maybe. Maybe not her mom.
maybe Tanaka is your sister. So um, thank you so much for your comments. This is a great group. And we'll see you the next week.
Thank
Okay,
you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you for coming today.